Damsel follows the story of Millie Bobby Brown's Elodie, a young lass starking it up in a shit version of Winterfell, when her father literally sells her off to the royal family to become a princess to her Prince Charming. Everything seems hunky-dory until she's led up the side of an ominous mountain to attend some ritual bollocks, only to find all her in-laws standing there in eyes-wide-shut sex masks. Turns out Elodie is about to be fucked, just not in the Kubrickian sex party way. Instead, they pitch her down a dark hole to sacrifice her to a dragon in order to settle an ancient debt. Now, alone and trapped in a labyrinth of caves with a sadistic dragon, Elodie has to use her labyrinth-solving skills, the only real piece of backstory they give her, to find a way to get out and get even. I don't quite know what I expected going into this, but from the description on Netflix's homepage, I imagined our damsel either escaping or making her own deal with the dragon early doors, and then for her to spend the rest of the film die-harding her way around a fantasy castle, capping fool and murking bitches left and right, as, fueled by revenge, rage and bloodlust, she works her way through those who condemned her to death, until at last she stood alone, surrounded by wealth and death, the wind howling through a lifeless castle, having become the dragon herself. What we get instead is Millie Bobby Brown spelunking for the best part of an hour and a half in a cave made of styrofoam, hiding from a dragon that repeatedly forgets that it can A. smell its prey and B. breathe fire, with Millie Bobby Brown repeatedly getting away from its clutches by just going around a corner. She also has the annoying habit of describing what she's doing out loud while she's doing it. For example, she says,
"I'm the sacrifice."
minutes after being sacrificed. In another section, she follows a map drawn on the wall by previous sacrifices to find her way out, and says out loud the fairly simple 3 directions it takes, then reiterates the instructions as she's actually doing it less than a minute later. The biggest crime, however, in this tell, don't show, but if you do show, also tell storytelling tactic is right at the beginning, when Millie Bobby Brown tells you in a narration that almost made me shut it off that this ain't your regular damsel in distress story. Yeah, I know, I read the blurb. That's why I'm here. Anyway, Damsel is on the better side of Netflix films, and although it's alright once things get a sacrificing, I did want it to be more than it was. I was going to give this 5 out of 10, but the "this ain't your regular damsel in distress" story narration bumped it down 2 points. But the fact that the dragon is voiced by the always excellent Shohreh Aghdashloo bumps it up back to a 5.